Another break-up field. That's good ground being made by Central at the moment. But West forwards are in there wrestling for the ball, but Central still have it. Up over the halfway line, down towards the West 10-metre line. Comes back on the Central side again. Taken down in a hard tackle there. Out along the line to Nartouche. Nartouche feeds it on, but there's good defence here by West. And there's a knock on, no advantage.
Just mentioning the name Nartouche there, I see the grandfather Mike Nartouche sitting in the grandstand. Yeah, do you remember the tackles he used to put in for Hawke's Bay?
Yeah, he was a very solid second five, wasn't he? Oh. And to have a brother and sister grandchildren playing together out there, that's got to almost be a first.
I can't remember when it's happened before.
Comes back on the Central side. Again, Nartouche taking it blind this time. Central again making ground up towards the 10-metre line. Hastings West. But West have got through and they've wrestled that. No, Central still going. It's a good start from the Central side here at the moment. Again, they make ground up inside the 10-metre line now. Comes back along the line to Nartouche. There's more ground being made up the middle. This is good work by Central. Ball's gone back. Is it penalty or scrum advantage? Knocked on there again by West. Lockie Sutherland in at Central halfback. I'll try and go through the whole side. I presume this is the starting lineup that we have here. Jacob McDonald, number 1, Mac Ward, number 2, and at 3, Harry Taylor. We just wait while the ball goes in. Sutherland puts it in out. Here's a good kick downfield into the 22 and the ball's rolling.
Right.
And he's picked it up and he's scored a great try. What a great start for Central. That was a great individual try. I presume that was the same. Who was that scored that? That's a great start from Central.
Second five, wasn't it?
They've had all the play at the moment.
It was great the way they led into that. You know, they just kept taking it up, and pulling the West backs up, and then finally putting the little chip over.
It was good, sensible play. Good plan.
Brilliant.
And Central lead early in the piece. About 5 minutes gone. Like for Sutherland to take this kick, he's addressing the ball now. He's kicked, and it's over. That's a good kick that's a good start from Central, and they lead by 7 points to 0. I haven't found that try scorer as yet, but you think it was the second five. He's going to turn the other way, and we won't see his number. Did you see it? No. Good start, Central. We haven't heard from the ground announcer.
It was a good try though, wasn't it?
It was a great build-up.
Yeah,
it was. There's the kick-off from West. It's taken again. Has that gone forward? I think it may have done, yes. Referee Baines has got his hand out for knock on there, but West take it up. Coming back on the West side. They drive it up again. We've got Ben Crystal in there at halfback for West.
Turnover.
And now Central have turned the ball over. Been taken away again by Central, making good ground, setting it again. Yeah, these numbers are very hard to pick up. My apologies for that. Holding on. Someone got in over the top there, but it's been taken quickly by Crystal, but not on the mark. Then West bring it up, held up by the central forwards, but West make ground again and up towards the central 22, and they've knocked the ball on. Central ball. Ten minutes into the first half and Central lead by 7 points to 0.
And it's good, isn't it? Because West have had the ball and Central have turned it over twice now.
They've turned it over twice.
Just shows a bit of dominance.
Yep.
There.
It comes out to Natush along the back line. There's more good ground made here by the second 5. Out along the central backs. Bit pedestrian at the moment, but it's a good tackle. But well placed by Central. Coming back on the Central side. Sutherland. Taken up again. Good work, they're going into these tackles nice and low and they're getting good support around the breakdown. Sutherland, Natush, and he dummies again through the middle. Just see his head is ticking over there, his brain's ticking over and making... Central again making progress up towards the halfway mark. Is that young Harry Kitto on the far wing there?
Yes, yeah, blonde boy.
Yeah, had to be a kiddo with that blonde hair. And it's Central throw to the line out, midway 10 metre and halfway mark at Central territory. It's gone back on the West side and West bringing it back up towards the 10 metre line. And over the top, it comes back on the West side. Another good gain up the middle. Good drive here by West, setting it well. A bit messy in there. Central sort of tying the ball up, but it's back on the West side. It's a good strong run. Good strong run again up towards the 22. Still going, Hastings, still going. Good skills in there. Out along the West back line. Deep inside the midway 22 and goal line. Central may well have, no, Central gained the penalty. Not rolling away. Sutherland again, out along the back line and Central running this ball out from inside their 22. And West have turned it over. And Central find themselves from attack back to defence, and here come West out along the back line. That knocked on there by Hastings West. Good rugby at the moment.
It's a real test, isn't it, for Central's defence here. They've been in the 22 now for a few minutes.
It sure is, and this West side is just sort of starting to settle into their game a bit and showing some good skills. Flicking that ball around in amongst the forwards and then out along the back line. It's the contest is starting to grow, and Central are being asked a question here on their defence. Sutherland to Natush, out along the back line. Oh, there's a good pick up, and there's a good breakout by Central. He's still going up towards the 10 metre line. They're still driving forward, Central. They've still got the ball in hand up towards the... There's a penalty there. Not too sure what that was. West bring it away. Ooh, he dived into that tackle. Yeah. West driving it up again. Here we go, out along the West back line. There's going to be a kick into open spaces here, and there's good chases here. And West, I think they could have... No, West are going to go round and score. That's a well thought out try as well. Thought there might have been a little fumble in there, but the referee was on the spot. That was a good try, David. That's
very similar play to what Central did, just poking it in behind the backs.
wasn't it? Same build-up.
But I was really impressed with that Central back line, the way they were delaying their pass and when they made that break.
Yeah, it's just creating space, isn't it?
Yeah, classy little play.
That delayed pass.
West have brought themselves back into this game, and it's going to be interesting. Am I right? Are they a bigger pack of boys, or?
They do appear to have size across the park, don't they? And there's the attempted kick, but it's gone wide. 20 minutes into the first half, we have Central leading Hastings West by 7 points to 5. Good contest developing out here. Some very good rugby skills being shown. Bit of fumbling around there in the back by the Hastings West, and the Central players got up nice and quick and have it contained. But once again, it's been kicked into the gap. Tariha takes the ball away, but he's been brought down. Central have it again. He's impressive. This boy makes ground most of the time. And it's been turned over by West. Sure who that was that was getting in over the ball. Forward pass.
Referee Baines right onto it there. It was just forward, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was just a little bit more than the line ball, but Bainesy was right there.
He's keeping up pretty well with
he's
the heat, the way it is.
Yeah, it's great to see Bainesy out there. He's giving back to rugby what he got out of it. And like Mikey Cooper's another one who's, it's so good to see. Central take it away down the blind side, but they've lost it forward or it's been ripped back. And West bring it up again. That's good work by that Central number 8, was it, who drove in there. West have it now back along the back line, and he's found the gap. Bit of shoulder grabbing there, and this is still taking it away, and West are away again, and they're going to go. No, well done. That was a great covering tackle, and he's dragged out 5 metres short of the line. Great covering tackle there. Bit of a ragdoll type tackle, but that was effective enough to get him out. But West hard on attack with Central's throw to the line out, 5 metres out. And it goes back to Natu. He has to pivot and he gets a kick away, but not. There's a danger for Central. He's accidentally offside, I would have thought there, but coming back on the West side, and they're driving to the line. And West have scored. Unfortunate for Central. But it was a couple of missed tackles midfield, just shoulder grabbing, and that really caused Central to be hard on defence, David, and struggling to finish that.
West just kept the pressure, didn't they? And just kept sort of those short little offloads. But they do happen to have a bit of pace in that back line, West.
Yeah, Central will have to make first tackles count.
And yet I think Central can do it. They looked quite dominant early on, and if they were steady in what they were doing, but as soon as they're put under pressure, they start to...
And here's the kick, and it's a good one. No, it's fallen short, I beg your pardon. So it was 24 minutes gone in the first half. West go ahead by 10 points to 7. Just Nartouche caught under pressure there. Was good pressure from West. As you say, they kept it on, and it just kept going. And young Nartouche was caught under pressure, and his clearing kick didn't quite go where he wanted it to. There's a kick off by Central, brought out again by West, starting to settle into their game really well now after that early setback from Central, when Central looked really quite dominant. Coming back on the West side again, out along the back line, a little chip, he went for a chip, but Central have regained. No, West have got possession. A little bit of a charge down there off the head, and it's someone through the gap again. But here go West. Taking down the tackle out there. West bringing it away. It's good defence, Central. Midway, halfway and 10 metre line, and it's knock on West, and Central get the put in. Beautiful afternoon here at Central Park, Waipakorea. Must be up around that 19 or 20 degrees, I reckon.
Yeah, I think it would be. It'd be hard work out there. Well, you feel it now, don't you?
You do, you do. Once again, I must comment on this ground. It looks a real picture. And here's a good break by that Central second 5. But West have turned it over. Good tackle in there by Nartouche. And Central win the penalty. And away they go again. They're wanting to play this game at pace. And they've created a bit of space on the outside. And here's Kiddo with the ball now. He brings it back in, but he's wrapped up there by West. And they're driving it forward and up to the 10 metre mark. And they turn the ball over. Hit on. Bit of a fly kick there, and West have come away with the ball again. It's beautiful, and he's dropped it forward.
I think if Central just keep their head a little, keep a calm head about themselves.
Do you think they've just got to slow it down again a little bit?
Yeah, they seem to do it well.
Yeah. Whether these, I know they're midfield for these tap penalties, and it's touchline is going to be hard to find with any distance, so maybe that's the best option. It's come back on the Central side. Nartouche has it. It's a good miss pass there, and they've created space again for Kiddo. Kiddo looks promising out on that right wing. Brings the ball back. Hard driving by West. I think Central still have the ball, and it's come back on their side. Good ground again. Can you pick that number up on that player? He's taken it up regularly. Nartouche has the ball back along the Central back line now. Trying to get there, Central. You've got to give some support. And I think we may have a penalty and possibly a very lucky not to receive a yellow card there. There was quite a bit of intent. But good at the same time, good not to see a yellow card. Being brought up by Central. It's a good strong run up the middle. Inside the 22, Sutherland brings it up. Come on, you've got to get there, Central, and support him. Yes, that was always going to happen. It's just a bit slow to that for that support. West bring it out again. There's a good run up the middle. 2 tackles, 3 still going. Crystal out onto the open side, but charged down by Central, regathered by West. Central in over the top, but West have the ball. It's come back inside the West half by 5 metres. Here we go, Crystal out. The forwards out there in the back line, but Central have knocked that ball on. No, it's come back on the West side, playing advantage there as Baines, good advantage too. West bringing it back into the Central half. Here's a breakout by, I think that might be Crystal. He goes for a chip over the top. And Central have gained the penalty.
Central put under a little bit of pressure there, but gosh, that number 2 for Central's putting in a few tackles.
Number 2, yeah,
Number 2.
yeah. Young Mac Ward out of tackle power.
I just looked at that. Gosh, I remember having his father.
Fraggle, Hamish, yeah.
Yes, Damien, yeah.
Damien, yeah.
This boy's a far better footballer though than Damien.
I was at the capping and I saw Damien walking up to, they were sponsors for one of the boys, and he proudly wore his cap from that year.
Wow.
West bringing it out again, starting to settle into their work. Here's a kick over the top into that open area again. The bounce of the ball's gone the way of West, and West have dropped it. They've lost it forward.
It seems a lot, the boys have just got to come up a bit from fullback, don't they?
They're standing too deep. There's no doubt about that. That's probably 3 times now that ball's fallen into open territory. In saying that, it's good play on that West part because they see the gap in behind there and they're playing to it. And free kick here, Central. There'll be another tap and go, I would imagine. Is that number 8? Macquarie at number 8. He's had a hell of a game. Nartouche kicking, and it's gone out, and it'll be Central ball. Touched by West. It was one of those situations where do I catch it or don't I, and he made the attempt. Probably a decision that in that position you would have made anyway. Central's throw to the line out. McDonald throwing it in there. Comes back on the Central side. Nartouche, beautiful pass, beautiful miss pass. And that was perfect timing. West player going for the intercept. There's a high kick downfield taken just outside the 22, but he's bringing it out again now, West. There's a good tackle. Central in over the ball and coming away again, the number 8. Macquarie driving forward, up over the 22 almost. And West have the ball, they've turned that over in there. They're just starting to get a bit of dominance in those ruck and maul phases where they are turning the ball over. And West bring it away again, up in towards midway, 10 metre, halfway, West territory. They're still going ahead. West have it, out along the back line. Here goes another kick with a charge down. And he regathers and kicks again.
Notice once again, Central, when they were just taking their time at doing things, they were doing it well.
Yes, yeah, and they're just a bit like now. I mean, that's
good play.
That's good play. Out along the back line again, a beautiful pass from Nartouche, feeding the backs out there, and he's going to almost look as though they were going to go around that West defence, but it's been held up. And they want to go to ground here. Otherwise it'll be turnover, West ball, but Central still driving towards the line. Driving again, and they've gone out over the touch, right in the corner. Time almost up on the clock in the first half. West leading by 10 points to 5. And that is half time, with Central hard on attack. David, your thoughts of the first half? How do you see this game going in the second half? Or what does Central need to do to sort of counteract this west side that's starting to settle into their work?
I think Central just need to slow things down a little bit. You know, when they slow down, they do things well. And when they move it out that back line through Natush, I mean, we're getting that missed pass, and we're also getting delayed passes. The West boys are trying to intercept.
Yep.
And Central have got a good eye for that gap, and I think they just have to steady their game down. But this game could go any way. Yeah,
it certainly does give you that feeling at this stage. Yeah, like you say, those delayed passes, it's something you don't just have, you learn that and
oh, that's a great skill to have.
It's a great skill.
And a lot of it's starting from Natush at first five, isn't it?
Yes, he's directing play really well, and those long cutout passes are right on the button.
Yeah, and you got three boys that are standing out there at the moment, two 8 and 10 really, that are playing really well and sort of setting things up, and the other boys are coming in and doing the work. But at the same time, West they've got some good players in there as well.
Oh, across the park they have, haven't they? I mean,
I think they're probably just over kicking a little bit at the moment.
The west side?
The west side,
yeah.
They're getting quite a few charge downs.
Yes, I think when they did kick earlier on, they did kick into space, and I think that's given them the, oh, this is working. But then there's been Central have worked it out, and they've got up there and made a couple of charge downs and just put a bit of confusion into the player with the ball as to what he should do with it.
Yeah, and the fullback for Central has worked out his distance too, how deep to stand and
yep.
things like that. So,
Yep. So David, you started your Ross Shield career as a player, and tell me, what were your thoughts when you made the Ross Shield back then?
Oh, look, it was everything. It was just everything, and sort of at the Ongonga school, and to be told that you'd been selected for the Ross Shield squad was something pretty special, and from then on it was a little bit different to what it is now. I mean, we the week before the Ross Shield tournament, we went into the Waipawa primary school for a week.
Okay.
And we were billeted out there for a week, and we went to school in the morning and we trained in the afternoon.
I bet there wasn't much schoolwork done.
No, there was no schoolwork done. The only thing about going to Waipawa, it upset a lot of us because we went past that bloody building, you know, called the Dentist, the murder house. And
there was a posting on Facebook of it just the other day, and
that sort of upset a lot of people. But and once then we the day before we left, no, the morning before we left, we come in here.
You left to go to Wairoa.
We come in here and we got weighed, and we had a real good management team. You know, Tony Drillion and Mr. Smales.
Tony Drillion,
yeah, and they were they were switched on and onto it, you know.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we were shipped from here to the railway station in Waipuka, and we were railed up with the Dannyberg boys were already on there.
Yeah.
And we picked up the Hastings Napier boys. And then, of course, we got to Wairoa and we had to be billeted out.
We'll come back to that story. I think it's a pretty good one, and we'd like to continue it at some stage. But we're just about to begin the second half with Natush to get the second half going with the kick-off for Central. Just play a...
Natush, has he got the opportunity for another year, has he?
Yes, as I understand it, he has, yes.
He's a good little player, isn't he?
So I can't see any change, or do we have a change? Is this Katie Bibby down here? Has she replaced young Kiddo? Yes, 22, yes. Katie Bibby's on. For Kiddo, and away come West with the ball. Out along the West back line now. Oh, there's a fumble there, just an eye off the ball and looking at the player coming up. And there's an offside from Hastings West, that ball just rolling forward. Here goes Central. Again, I love this step, he's having a good game. Come Nartouche out along the back line. Who's 18? Is he Ferguson? On.
Oh, that's good work from Central, isn't it?
Yeah, Central still taking it forward, but that's good work by that Hastings player coming through and wrestling, losing ground for Central. There's another run, but just, oh, this could be a penalty coming up here. You must release that ball. And here go West with a quick tackle, quick tap this time, and it's all, and it's gone backwards. Another penalty, West. Here they go. This game started at a fast tempo in the second half, and West make a break up the middle, and the 3, 4 tackles, 5. And this is going to be looking to be a great try for West in the corner. That's a great try. That's a great individual try. Sidestepping. Try given. There was a bit of confusion there as to whether the ball might have been lost. But that was a very good try, and West go out to 15 points to 7.
Gosh, West have come out wanting to move that ball, haven't they?
Yes, they've come out a different team, all right. They're wanting to, as
really
you say.
Lifted the tempo.
Yep.
Going.
Who scored that try? Number
13,
just there by the drinking. Number 5. Harlem Ray Ratner, that's who scored it, wasn't it? Yeah.
Very hard to
Yeah.
get those numbers.
No, I noticed that.
12.
Oh, 12, was it? Waria. They're not giving us the try scorers from the ground announcer. And here's the conversion attempt, and it just falls short. And West go out to a 15 points to 5 lead, and just starting to look a bit dominant. 15 points to 7 lead, I beg your pardon. Central converted their try. Would you agree that West are just starting to, as you say, they've lifted their game, and
Yes, I think they have. They're
Yeah.
wanting to move at a completely different pace
Yeah.
there, and
Nartouche kicks off, well taken.
been told to come out and just pass.
Yes, Central turned that one over nicely. And that's a good turnover from Central, but Hastings West, here goes Central again, driving up the middle. Midway 22 and 10 metre line out along the Central line. Here comes, who was that young Nartouche? Take it in there, did he? Sutherland, Nartouche, taking them on again. Driving forward. Central have still got it. That was good work by that Central player, because it looked like West had turned it over. Coming back, he goes, little run up the middle. Sutherland out to Katie Bibby, chance for her to show her skills. Now they need to get there and support her. That's well done, Central, but West have turned it over. Just not enough players there. Katie just got herself a little bit isolated away from her teammates, but Central have got it back again. Coming back, Central, Sutherland, Nartouche. Here we go again. This is good work. Central backs. Kiddo's out there again. Just needed to sort of look for that offload. but there's no one there for Central now. There is, oh, that looked a little bit suspect high, but referee Baines is right on the spot. Central driving it out again. A little bit stung by that try that West scored. There's a little knock on in there. 2 knock-ons, Central ball.
Gosh, totally different half to the first half,
Yeah,
isn't it?
it is. You think it would have slowed down rather than sped up in this heat. It's a beautiful afternoon here at Central Park.
It's a reasonable crowd too, look at it.
There's a great crowd turned up on first day of Ross Shield, and look at it, scattered all around the ground. Just so pleased for the organisers who have done a wonderful job in the build-up. I know there was a lot of work gone in, and to have the ground looking like this, just a beautiful mat. Be great to be running around out there on that carpet, I would think. Here we go again, number 8 for Central. He's up the middle, still going, but you've got to get with him, Central. And they have done. They've managed to get in there and carry on up into the 22-metre line now. Coming back slowly on the Central side. Here it is. Nartouche running, showing, running. Oh, then hit for very hard in that tackle. Oh, this is not good for Central.
Holding on to it a bit
Yeah.
before releasing it, but gosh, he's full of talent, isn't he?
He sure is, and
He reminds me of a player that we picked from Central years ago, a boy by the name of Richard Buckman.
Yes.
He played a lot for Hawke's Bay.
And then Otago.
Yeah, Otago.
Yeah.
And I still believe that he was played in the wrong position at provincial level. He should have always been a 5/8.
Where did they actually play him? They out on the
wing.
On the wing.
Or he
Yeah,
did
they
move
did.
into centre for a
Yeah.
couple of games.
What was his nickname? Barracuda.
That's right.
Yeah, he was a talent. And what tournament did he play in?
Oh gosh, now you're taking me back. That would be, I think it was here at Central actually. I'm just not sure of the year.
So after your Ross Shield days, and we'll continue that story on later, but after your Ross Shield playing days, you became a selector for Central.
That's right. A sort of
Young Buckman's on his feet, so that's good news. I hope.
Nartouche.
Nartouche.
Yeah.
Thanks. This is why we need co-commentators. Ian doesn't say much on the camera.
Those years of being a selector for Central and coaching Central, they were brilliant years, absolutely brilliant.
Some good boys that you still have connections with today,
and it was good. We went to Taupo for their last year with us, so we were in the Taupo.
Oh, for Taupo's last year in the Ross Shield competition, yeah. So we have kiddos moved into first 5/8. That's a shame that young Nartouche is off the field, but best he go now, and long tournament to go. Here's a good run. Well, it wasn't so good in the end. He didn't make a lot of progress. Looked as though he was going to glide through a gap there, but didn't eventuate. But Central is still going. 15 points to 7. West lead. Back on the Central side, here's another good run. Some powerful running in amongst those forwards by some of these Central players. He takes it again. Driven back by West. And West have turned it over. Central right over the ball there. But comes back on the West side, and a scrambling, clearing kick. Katie Bibby's got it now, and she drives forward, but West are over the ball beautifully, and they've wrenched it, and they're driving up towards the 10-metre line. West have the ball. Here they come again. Still going forward, that number 5. Still going forward. And he's got support. And West have gone 40 metres. That young Harlem Ratana. Here go West. Coming back on the West side. Good tackle by Kiddo, but he doesn't quite hold on. West moving forward, but Central have won the penalty. Midway 22 and goal line. Sutherland taps the ball and Central can run it out again. He shaped a kick. He brought it outside the 22, but could well have it turned over here, but no, it's coming back on the Central side. Kiddo, oh, it's gone off the side of his foot. Taken by Katie Bibby. That's good work, but she's taken out over the touchline, and a good tackle there. Here go West again up through the middle, and midway 22 and goal line, out along the back line. Central need to get there quickly, and they do, and they've turned it. Good work, Central, good chasing. We've got another injury to Kiddo. He's down in the background there. He's on his feet though.
Got a lot of flair to him, that boy Kiddo, hasn't he?
He has.
He's right on him.
He has, I like him. Determined to get up there and stop that player from putting pressure on that West player.
What Kiddo's that?
I'm not too sure. I know it's one of the larger family anyway, one of the local kiddos obviously.
Have to be connected to Snow Kiddo.
Yes, yeah. Here's a good run by Central up the middle. He's got some pace too, this boy, but there's a good tackle. Central still going ahead. Good work, Central, still going. West drive back again, or penalty advantage. $15 points to 7, West lead. The ball's out right on the halfway line. We're 20 minutes into the second half already, and West lead 15 points to 7.
Quite interesting. When jumping on the line out, lifting on the line out first come in, I remember we used it at our Ross Shield tournament, and it hit a lot of teams by surprise. But they've taken it right away from the game now.
They have, haven't they? When you mentioned that, I thought, yeah, but they're not allowed to lift.
No.
Okay, so you were.
Well, we did.
It came in with, okay.
And it hit, nobody had thought about it, but we tried it.
Yes, yeah, okay.
And, you can't change rules in the middle of a
No,
tournament.
of course. Central over the ball there. Coming back out, they're certainly willing, Central. They've just got to get support players there quicker. Out to Kiddo. Kiddo's slotted in well at first 5 and out along the Central back line. Here's a bit of a kick, but it's kicked away and it's a wasted opportunity. Unfortunately, 2 players outside. Would have been better to keep ball in hand, I think, on that occasion, don't you think, David?
Yeah, definitely. We kicked that away. That was something that we didn't need to do.
No. There's a long kick downfield into the Central half, but it's brought back into the West half again. It's a good run. Central are getting there in good numbers. They're still going forward. They're driving forward as a unit, but West have turned it over as I say that, but it's a kick over the top, giving away possession again. He's coming back on the central side, but West are driving forwards. Central break out up. Just can't pick up these numbers. Kiddo, he's slotted in well, I reckon it. And Katie Bibby's got it now, and she's got some legs. I think it would have been good to see her keep running, but she was thinking about support players. And there's a knock on by Central.
Yes, Kiddo has fitted him well, that slotted him well there at first point.
Yes.
He's a bit sore though, I think.
Yeah.
But, he's got a nice pass.
He's got a nice pass. He's looking in, he's directing play pretty well. I think Katie Bibby was just wary then of running away from her support players. She has got a ton of speed.
I was just watching Mum just below us here. She was just about over the fence. Central are just losing it, aren't they? Once they get to about second 5 centre, they're making wrong decisions.
Yes, they're making good progress up the middle, closer in, and then just indecision, isn't it? Just running that little bit too far. Here's a long pass and well taken. Here goes the little winger on the far side, and this is a good run inside out. That was a beautiful in out there, but scragged at the last moment. Coming back on the West side, and West now take it up into the midway 10 metre 22. Central win the penalty. 10 minutes left in this game. Central need to score quickly. Although we saw in the Hawke's Bay game the other day that 2 minutes is enough to score 13 points. There's a long kick downfield, and that's a knock on. That ball's been lost forward. But no, not according to the officials. And here go West. There's a good run by that West player. They're going to put it down.
Very good player.
Yeah. Central bring it out. Central, away goes Central, but they haven't got support. Central need to get there, they're there now. Coming back on the Central side, midway, 10 metre, halfway. Taken up again by Central. Another good run by Macquarie. Away goes Central. This is good draw and pass. Up the far touchline in front of the grandstand there, where there's a great crowd of supporters. What an amazing turnout here at Central Park. Tremendous support. All around the ground. One of the better crowds I've seen at a Ross Shield opening day.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Long may it continue during the week, and supporters get down here and support this wonderful tournament.
I've been just watching this player for Hastings West, second 5.
West, second 5,
second
yep.
5.
Hit with the ball now,
Yeah,
yep.
very good play.
Beautiful pass. There's a knock on surely. And Bainesy has taken a rest, and Mike Cooper's now on officiating.
Do you think that would be the heat?
Well, I hope it's a heat and not a hammy.
Well, he's still on the touchline, isn't he? He's bending over, leaning on his knees.
He is.
And he's taking it from the crowd now.
Yes,
so.
yeah. Not a good side. Well, either side you would have got it, Bainesy. Here comes the number 8 again for Central. He's had a sterling game, really. Yes, well done. He's let the ball go, picked it up again. Here's an opportunity for Central if they move it quickly, and which they do. But you've got, he's up through the middle, but cut down with a player outside. Central again. Makes ground all the time, that number 8. 15 points to 7. West lead. There's a go for Katie. Katie Bibby, she's up through the middle. You've got to get with her, boys and girls. Now West have turned it over. Central might have turned it back again, but there's a knock on there, so it's Central advantage, scrum advantage. Scrum advantage, Central. Getting down into single digit minutes left now. Central need to score smartly. I wonder whether Bibby might have been best to run for the out. She has got a ton of pace.
Yeah, she's just not backing herself.
No. And it goes Central ball. That's a good scrum, and off the back he goes again. And he's almost there, and Central metres short of the line, and he's just metres short of the line. And they've lost it forward, and scrum time. Unfortunate for Central. Whatever the result, it's been a great opening game of Rothschild rugby. Most enjoyable.
Is that the Michael Cooper refereeing that we played
Yep.
against?
Yeah,
Is he
that's
in the
Mikey.
front row?
Mikey is renowned for being a classy first 5. Oh no, the wrong bounce of the ball, that's cruel. West bring it out, but there's that hard working forward, and Central have gained the penalty. You need to take it. Get with them, Central need to get with them. Central have the ball, but West coming through, spoiling it. And West have turned it over, wrestling for it there. Coming back on the West side. West have gained the penalty. That Hori Bartlett's having a good game for Central as well. In the centres there. Have you got a player in mind for player of the day at this stage out of this game, David?
I like the number 12 for Hastings West, and I also like the boy Kiddo for Central.
Yep. Yeah, they both.
The Hastings West players got through a lot of work.
Yeah. The number 8 for Central has had a hell of a game, but I think he's just tried to do too much on his own.
Yes. Yeah.
And that would be the only criticism I have of him. Otherwise, he's been outstanding. Here goes Kiddo now, and Central up through the middle. Still going Central into the 22. Coming back, going blind. Driving forward, Central. This is good rugby at the moment from Central. Taken forward, another yard forward. They're making ground all the time. Back on the Central side, looking both ways, driving forward, just short. That's a penalty West. Penalty West. Here, and they bring it out now, and they've done it quickly as well, and they've got space on the outside here. And here come flying down this touchline. There's going to be a great breakout try to West. And that will break the hearts of the Central players because they're better than 20-7, which will be 22-7. But just not spreading quickly enough, and West taking them by surprise, spreading it through the back line with two-man overlap.
It's a shame, isn't it? Because Central just hounded in that 22. And,
yep, last 10 minutes have been all Central really.
But still, Hastings West have kept them out. So.
Well, they have. They've defended well, and then they've attacked brilliantly from inside, deep inside their 22. There goes the conversion attempt, and this falls short, so still time to play. But 20-7, West lead. And you were made life member of Hawke's Bay Ross Shield. That must have been one hell of an honour.
Yeah, that was something that just come along and I didn't really expect. And, it was because we had great people running Hawke's Bay primary schools like Michael Coombs, Errol Hance, Mike Taff, Bill Matheson, the late Bill Matheson, and the late Mike Coombs.
Hell, when you rattle those names off, what a team of people to have as administrators.
Yeah, they were just, we will probably see Mike Taff and Errol Hance here during the week.
Yeah, they've been great followers and stalwarts of Ross Shield rugby. It's kicked out, and there's full time in the opening game of the 2024 Ross Shield, and first blood goes to Hastings West over Central by 20-5. But David, your thoughts on that game?
Well,
pretty good start to the tournament.
Yeah, I think a brilliant start, and I wouldn't cancel that Central side out yet. I still think they played some pretty good rugby, but West have got just 2 or 3 very good individuals. Central have them as well, but in young Kiddo and Natush and the boy Ward at number 2, I thought he played really well.
And that number 8, I think if he can look for a bit more support,
yeah.
or maybe the players get round him and support him a bit more.
Probably look for space rather than running back into play all the time.
Yeah, because he could be handy in space as well.
Yeah. Oh, he's a big, strong boy.
Yeah.
And it's a bit like our centre. I think if he can move the ball and then look for what he's got to do next.
Yes, yeah. Get around and support and get that ball wide, get in support because he can do some damage as well.
But overall, a real good start to the tournament. And
so
these boys will get better during the week. A lot of people will think they'll get tired, but they do. They get better. They learn things as they go.
Yeah, they sure do. They sure do. And coaching methods, the whole thing compared to when you were coaching, were especially like the Central era, totally different now.
Yeah, I think it is. I don't mean this to knock the game, but I think the whole game was a little bit more competitive then. I think the coaches were competitive. I just think it was, there's a lot of this now like fair play and sort of thing. It doesn't matter what the result is. It bloody well does matter what the result is. And